about 8. So I said, no problem. I said, I'll just do the new ones. Just change it, instead of Thomas's. Anyway, but
But you intend to agreement with them arrangement prior that you would have been keeping it there?
no, we had discussed, we hadn't signed it.
Okay.
So I went in,
Okay.
I put the deposit this week. I did it Thursday evening at the Robbie Ross Johnson. So, you know, let me show you about money. Next to the center is the St. Albans Congregational Church. Their boiler broke down. So they had to use the Family Life Center for their service. When I went to visit it the previous weekend during the rain, all the chairs were prepared on a Saturday for the service for the next day. So I spoke to the lovely, lovely woman, Ms. Mildred. She told me their boiler broke down. So they're gonna have to fix it. In the meantime, they're using the Family Life Center. That was on a Saturday. I returned on Thursday to give them the deposit. And I noticed the chairs were gone. I said, oh, what happened? Oh, we fixed the boiler. Are you ready for this? The boiler cost $50,000. Guess how they paid for it?
That's all it is.
Cash.
They asked the membership to make a contribution.
Go.
We can't do that.
Not yet.
It's amazing. I said, in addition to the regular tithing, he said yes. 50,000 US cash. So there was, the heat is working. You know, you can say what you want, but, and then here's the other thing, with these churches, whenever they have a function, everybody does work.
Yeah.
That's why they sell out. Every function, they're going to sell because everybody understands it's for the greater good. Everybody has to sell tickets. Everybody has to pitch in.
Until you can get
50,000 US dollars they raised in 1 week.
Nice.
chaplain, until you can get the church, that way we can't sleep at night. Because I'm serious, because the church people say it's their obligation to pay tithe, right? If I don't pay, God might punish me now.
That's it.
So
I better pay.
I better pay.
I'm buying my way to heaven.
But the thing about it is they're not gonna get their reward till they die.
It's okay, because we know what's waiting for us when we die. Paradise.
So,
No, but I was amazed. I called Mr. Duncan, he was in Philadelphia, to tell him, he just paid 50,000. No problem. And she said to me, it was difficult because, you know, some of us are going through it.
go to our times.
And they still found 50,000.
On the other hand, I mean, that's a positive situation, but that's one of the few circumstances where, you know, the church is our premier institution, and that's a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I mean, if they would put that money into African liberation or political empowerment, we would have a lot better community. So all that I'm saying is, you know, the church historically has been the organizer of our liberation struggle. I think recently our church is kind of sliding, and it's sort of become a place for mysticism, and so that's something that we have to address. It's a positive and it's a negative at the same time. You know?
I agree with you all the way. Oh,
President.
greetings, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
The warrior has returned from Philadelphia.
Maybe longer than I.
Now, Mr. Duncan, before you sit down, because you know, without you, I can't do much. I'm a weakling. That's why I look to you for guidance. I'm speaking to this congregation here, and all I could get out of it is 2 tickets for each. I got everybody to commit 2 tickets.
That's the
So
floor. That's the
can you
floor, Mr. Vice President. That's the floor.
Yeah.
That's not the
Mr.
ceiling.
Duncan, can you help me? Because I need strength. I need guidance. Can you help me to explain why 2 tickets is not going to work? Can you explain that to me?
No, basically, but you know, we need to help the race. I'm coming from Philadelphia, where the Philadelphia division own a building that may be valued about $1 million right now. Between the city and Temple, they're trying to squeeze them out. Honestly, everybody believed that a few years ago, it was Temple who burned that building down. They were hoping the building would burn to the ground.
Temple University?
Yes. They were hoping the building would burn to the ground and they would have to move out. But it just so happened that only the top of it was burned and they still continue to use the bottom. Right now, I think their taxes went up from $2,000 to $14,000. But the city is saying that
Gentrification.
we want you out.
That's right.
Honestly speaking, we're gonna have to be the division that's gonna make a difference, and that's why I'm constantly looking for ways for us to make money business-wise, so we don't have to ask each individual to stress too much. The members of the parent body, I got upset with them this weekend, because when we had the banquet at
Schomburg,
no, not
and you should be
Audubon, Audubon, right?
each division should have been responsible for selling certain tickets, and each parent body member should have been responsible for selling certain tickets. It was about 81 tickets that was sold. Of that 81, we here purchased 30,
How many tickets you wanted to sell? How many?
200.
200?
But everybody didn't do
Your partner?
their part. We're trying to use this as our biggest fundraiser. And it's difficult. If people can't, if there's somebody who honestly believes in their heart of hearts that they can't sell 5 tickets, then it's okay. But even if we say 5 tickets, if there's somebody who can sell 10, we should really try to sell them, because we as Division 432, I'm gonna even double commit myself. We need to get a building. We need to buy our building for our own, where during the daytime, whether we do a daycare center or we do this, but the only way we could get this money to even make a down payment at the ending of the year, it's what we're gonna do on June 8th, June 7th, right? Then
July 18th.
July 18th, we would love to make $5,000, $6,000 or $7,000. That could seriously help. I'm gonna try to sell at least 50 tickets. I'm gonna try to sell at least 50. And if I don't sell 50,
It's not because you haven't tried.
I'm gonna pay, if I only sell 40, then I'm gonna pay for 10. If I only sell 40, then I'm paying for 10. Because as I stood there at the meeting today, you know, it's amazing what we have to do. You know, while I was there, it's amazing. There's so much called about Liberia. My brother hooked me up with a brother who was in Liberia. He was doing farming, and he's looking for people for here. He said, land is down here. The chiefs then will give you land. I'm saying right now may seem a little bit hard, but if we do the right thing, Sister Adrian, you spoke about the share butter seeds. I mean,
Nuts.
nuts.
Yeah.
We could do that. I said, I just want to get on the ground. We spoke about the coconut oil, because I know that there's a market in the health food industry for coconut oil, and even restaurants too. And there's so many other things in say Liberia. Remember, I don't know if you guys know, but only black people can buy land in Liberia. Only black people. So unless we have money,
We can't do it.
we can't do anything
get the
whatsoever.
money.
So we have to say, you know what? When the church people them are having an event, every member has a commitment. So they go out and they sell. We have to recommit ourselves like those folks. You know what happened? We were charging $100 for the parent body event up in Harlem. One division didn't even buy 1 ticket, and then he was complaining that it was too much. I told him in one of the events Garvey had in 1916, I think they charged between $5 and $7. Between $5 and $7 between now and then.
That's worth almost $700.
Yeah. So imagine what those people were sacrificing. And Carlos Cox, back in the 1955, he had an event that it was $20 to come in. $20, and even if you use a low rate of inflation rate of 2.81, that's $175. But it seemed like, honestly, maybe we have, and I don't mean to chastise anybody, because the first person I'm going to chastise and hold myself responsible. That's why I told myself I have to sell 50 tickets, because if we want to be successful, we just have to sell it.
family and friends and.
Yes.
That's it.
Where you go.
All your old associates, all the people that owe you favors.
Everybody come to me.
People owe me
Your Raymond.
favors.
You know how many of them come to me? Some people come to me and buy tickets. One brother came to me, sold me 2 tickets, $200 a piece for the tickets. I didn't want to go. I bought the tickets. So these people know I'm not asking them any questions. Here 2 tickets, here 2 tickets. If you don't come, you will come back to me again to come to your event. So I'm saying that just do your best. If you can sell 1, it's more than nothing. But we would like everybody to commit themselves. And 2 is a little bit too much. But I think living in this world out. When you serve, it comes a point where you have to define your cause. I think Marcus Garvey in his time, he defined his cause and applied the knowledge and energy. Carlos Cox did the same thing, Malcolm X. I think in this generation we're struggling with defining our cause, our purpose, and then going out and doing it. But seeing these folks, Sister Mary, them, these elders are almost 80. You're almost 80. Anywhere you're having a meeting, if it's New York, if it's St. Croix, if it's Chicago, these elders, you remember you asked me if they're there? I said, Raymond, you don't have to ask about these ladies. And these ladies still want to see the UNIA built. So that's all I'm saying. To make a good profit, we need 160 people. Think among yourself, I'm gonna sell 50, or I'm gonna be responsible for 50 tickets. So if I don't sell 50, then I'm gonna have to eat the rest that I don't. So when I took the tickets from the UNIA, I took 30 tickets. We couldn't even get the divisions to take 5. I said, you guys are saying you're Garveyites, and we have, 100-year centennial, and we can't sell 200 tickets? We have 2 division in, say, Chicago, 3 division in say, Washington, 1 division in Virginia, division in Ohio, division all over the place. And we can't, 100-year celebration, and we can't sell. So you know what happened? They're all so happy that we're in the UNIA. Because based on the numbers, we just gave the parent body $1,329. That's the biggest money they have gotten from any division in the longest time. Why we have to give them the money for our dues, the $36, the parent body gets 30% of it. For first-time people who pay the $56, $10 go to the parent body. And for each year, we have to pay a $10 assessment. So they get 1, which was
the first time,
the first time,
the $10 tax, and then 30% of the $36.
Yeah, so we gave them a check for $1,329. That's the biggest check they have gotten from any division in the longest time. And divisions have been existing since 1940, since 1929. But also, I got to see Thomas Harvey and Charles L. James and Stewart. No, information on them this weekend. And it just re-motivated you to come back. And as I said, there's a building. Technically speaking, it's our building.
Excuse me, mister? How did you buy that building?
Though, you know what they told me?
Please tell me.
Each member, they mortgage their house. They take money from their personal savings, and that's how they buy that building.
And none of these people run that?
None of them are wrong.
They do it for the people coming. That's a sad.
Yeah, and that's what, so to lose that building, because Temple is down your throat. The city of Philadelphia is down your throat. I think each division should be able to do a fundraiser and just send them money, because that has been our headquarters since 1940. And you should see the building, really nice building. But they
Even if you don't, go on the internet, you see it.
Yeah.
What is it, 1609, 1611 Cecil B. Moore. It's a beautiful building. It's got the red, black, and green. It's beautiful.
And you know, Temple Control, one man came to one of the trustees and saying, man, the city's gonna squeeze you. So you better try to make a deal. He said, I'll give you $700,000 if we could work out the deal. Because he wants a building. And right there, it's just like how you see the white folks are running to Harlem, running to Bed-Stuy. It's the same thing within that same area. The beautiful thing about that building, when you go on the street, there's a sign up, UNIA.